Hello, everyone, and welcome to Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com, the number one Superman fan site in the world. In this, our June 16th, 2025 show, we have got so much to talk about. Tickets are on sale for the new Superman movie. We're going to be talking about that. There's so much merchandise, so many tie-ins, posters, movie, theater promotional material. There's heaps out there at the moment. We are struggling to keep up, but we're here to talk about it tonight over the next hour. We're glad to have your company. Joining me as always are my two good friends, Michael Bailey. Hey, Mike.
Hey, Steve, how you doing?
Doing well. And Mark Lax. Hello, Mark. Welcome back this week.
Thank you. Hello, gentlemen.
Well, guys, it's been a very busy week, and it's our job to go through everything that's been happening in the world of Superman to discuss it and go through it and try to make sense of it all. But before we do that, a little bit of housekeeping. We want to thank our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Tina Murray, Rick Schutzow, and I've always get the last one. It's Jamie Klingensmith. So thank you to those fine folks for being supporters of the show. They are our Superman champions. We really appreciate their help and support, making this show free for everyone. So thank you so much for our Superman homepage champions. Unfortunately, our YouTube channel membership program has been revoked at the moment. We're going through an appeal process. So if you do want to support the show, you just have to go through Patreon. Some of those folks who are some of our champions do exactly that. Just go to patreon.com/Superman homepage. There are different levels of membership with different levels of perks. If you are or were a Superman homepage YouTube member, we are, as I said, going through an appeals process to get that reinstated. But if you want to switch and go over to Patreon for your donation, then you can do that. I know there are a lot of people in the tip jar version of our membership, so thank you so much if you want to continue over there. All right, guys, let's get into how we run the show tonight. Michael, I don't know if we'll have time, but we sometimes like to take live callers. How do people go about doing that if they want to get involved tonight?
All right, it's really simple. You're going to get two paper cups, and you're going to join them with... No, I'm just kidding. You're going to go to supermanhomepage.com/live, and you're going to press the call now button, which will put you in the green room where you can watch the show as you're waiting for us to come on. Or you can scan the QR code with your fancy smartphone, because there are non-fancy smartphones, apparently. Anyways, if you are using your laptop or desktop to watch us tonight, you want to get on the show, which, looking at this docket, it reads like Frank Welker's IMDb listing. We do like to take callers occasionally, but if you are using your laptop or desktop and you're using an external speaker to listen to us, please mute that. We're on a bit of a delay that can screw things up. And if you're going to use your smartphone, for the love of God and all that's holy, do not use the speakerphone, because it just messes everything up.
Yes, indeed. Now, if you don't want to get on the phone tonight, or we just don't have time, then you can participate in the comments both on YouTube and on Facebook. Again, I can't get the Instagram feed going this week for some reason. I'm like clicking live, go live, and it's just not working. So it's really weird. But on Facebook and on YouTube tonight, we really appreciate your support. Have your say, ask comments, questions, whatever you want to get involved. No super chats again, because that's the membership thing. But we will definitely be able to react to any questions or comments you have there on Facebook or on YouTube. All right, well, let's get into tonight's topics, and there is a slew. I sent out a Superman homepage, speeding bulletin. Sorry, not speeding bulletin. Big Blue Report, our newsletter, free newsletter that is sent out. We do a weekly type of thing, but I was writing that I've never been busier. I don't remember ever being this busy in any of the movies that we've covered when we've gone back from. We've been obviously online for 30 years, and we've done, the whole Superman Lives, Superman Flyby non-starter thing. We've done Superman Returns. We were there covering everything for Man of Steel, Batman v Superman, both Justice League movies. I don't recall ever being this flat out busy, just trying to keep up with stuff.
I think that has a lot to do with the fact that social media now makes marketing movies a lot different than even if it was 12 years ago, or 12 Yeah, 12 years ago. I had to do math in my head
Mhm.
for 2013. I mean, when you look at 2006, for example, the web was a big deal,
Yep.
but you had to find places to look for news or to
So
talk to
true.
people.
Yep.
It was the immediacy of social media, especially things like TikTok and Instagram, make it so much easier for companies to do marketing for things because it's a lot cheaper than it was, and
Oh
you're
yeah.
casting a wider net. So it's just one of those things where we've been doing a lot of over the last year or so, comparing how this has been compared to Man of Steel and Superman Returns and such. But I think at this point it's almost kind of, it's not fair, and I'm not saying fair as in like it's not fair. It's not like a, I'm not like a 5 year old, wanting something out of the biscuit tin, but it's not fair because it's not on equal footing. It's like talking to people about Superman and Lois and Smallville in their first season and their internet presence. Whereas when Superman and Lois launched, like 15 podcasts launched.
Mm.
And when Smallville launched, you had Krypton Site, you had Us, and you had Superman Super Site. And those were the three big games in town. I mean, Alfred Go even admitted as much when we interviewed him years
Mm.
ago, that we were one of the few people covering it. Well, now everyone's covering it. So there's more of an impetus for these companies and the studios to just do more and more and more and more because the hunger is there.
Mm. And you're saying it's cheaper with social media and online world.
Yeah.
You can do all these like reels and posts and commercials and videos and things that don't. I mean, even with AI now, they can just create things that it would take them weeks or months in special effects studios. Like some of those things they've been doing about the Superman symbol appearing all over the world. They had one rising out of the water here at Sydney Harbour, and they had the Eiffel Tower, and they had the Empire State Building lighting up. All that was computer generated. And they didn't actually have to
Yeah.
physically have those things happen in the world. They just made out like they happened, and so it is. The marketing machine is definitely pumping. Mark, the Superman film Amazon Prime early access screening thing was went live. The tickets went on sale earlier than they had actually advertised. A lot of people were caught out. It was actually also like 3 a.m. in the morning it was available rather than 9 a.m., which was what had been advertised. I don't know if either of you guys are early Prime members, but
Mm-hmm.
those tickets went ballistic.
Well, I did. I am let me just say, I am definitely a Prime member. I've got my tickets not from Prime. I got them
Okay.
for July 11th.
Okay.
So I have my tickets for July 11th. An earlier screening because it'll just be easier that way, but it doesn't make a difference.
Yeah.
Um, but yeah, I mean, I thought about maybe doing the Prime thing and all that. I said, you know what? Let me just. I want to be there opening day, officially opening day. So yeah, so I got my tickets for that. But yeah, I mean, and you talk about all everything that's going on, all the promotion and everything, and Mike is right. But at the same time, I mean, of course, now with social media, you see everything and you hear everything, and of course, here at the Superman homepage, we are gathering everything we can possibly get,
God.
and it's all over the place. So you have all this wealth of information of promotions and toys and all of that. At the same time, I still feel that there's maybe a little bit more to this than in the past. I mean, that also could be because of social media. They're saying, well, now we could do more, but it just seems like there is just so much of, I mean, of everything,
Indeed.
and I'm just, it gets you very excited for it and gets you hopeful as well for it.
Mm.
So, we cross our fingers, hope for the best. I mean, I'm very hopeful on this, very hopeful.
Yeah, well, people who secured their tickets did so like it was so much that it actually Fandango's websites were struggling to keep up, and I think it crashed it for a little bit there. But yeah, July was it July 8th early screenings, 7 p.m. local time at different theaters across the USA. Sadly, not available to Amazon Prime members anywhere else, like Canada or Australia. But Mike, I believe you got yours.
Yep, definitely. I woke up that morning and a friend had texted me or messaged me. He's like, "Hey, the site is live." So I just
Mm,
sat there in my bed, and I reflected on that too because I remember the early screening back in 2013. There was this whole Walmart thing, and I woke up the morning. It was a Saturday morning that the tickets went on sale to do the day before screening through Walmart. And I looked on my phone, and all my friends on Facebook that are Superman fans were showing pictures of their Walmarts with these lines. And I'm just like, crap. So I got up as fast as I could, threw some clothes on, drove to Walmart. There was nobody. Nobody at all. I talked to three associates in a row. None of them knew even what I was talking about. And I finally found somebody that did. They told me where it was. And then I had to watch the three associates that were dealing with it, putting on the capes, not kind of snickering about what they had to do. And then it was me and this one other dude, and that was
mm,
it.
mm.
That was it. So it was nice to just like sit up in bed, put my glasses on, verify my membership, pick out my seats, go back in, make sure I got the right seats, and then buy the tickets. So, and we're planning on opening day to go see it again, but we're going to do it really super early in the morning
Mm-hmm.
because I don't like people. No, I'm just
Crowds.
well, I don't, but that's entirely beside the point. No, we want to have a. We know that the first day, the eighth is probably going to be pretty crowded,
Yeah.
but I just kind of want to have like where we could actually get like the buckets that we're going to be talking about and actually eat
Mm.
something because we still mask up when we go to the theater,
Okay.
which is not comfortable. But there's also people in my area that have no idea that they're sick. So, but yeah, it was nice. It was kind of. I felt bad for people in other countries, um, because I get to see it before they do. But most of y'all have better healthcare than us, so I think in the average, it comes out in the wash there.
Yeah. So yeah, I mean, and there are. I mean, the film does screen earliest in some locations around the world than it does July 11th. So, but yeah, it became Fandango's best first day ticket pre-seller of 2025, and I saw a lot of people saying, well, there weren't really early pre-sales of tickets for other movies, but it just says first day ticket pre-seller. It's not like they're saying Prime Day Prime member
Yeah,
ticket sales. It was first day ticket sales. So that is great. And when you consider some of the films that are out there at the moment, or that have been out there for 2025 or are coming for 2025, Jurassic Park, the new one, or Jurassic World, whatever it is, Fantastic Four film. We've got the latest Mission Impossible. There's been, some Lilo and Stitch live action version. There have been some big films that have done really well. So this kind of bodes well for the Superman film.
yeah, and I'm really annoyed at the misinformation that is being spread of people talking about the fact that they're disappointed in the pre-sales, and I'm like, that really goes against all the fact that they crashed Fandango. You don't crash a site if something's not happening, and it's like they're so desperate to for this movie to fail that they have to make things up
Mm.
to make it seem like it's going to fail. Like it's just it's that horror, like that book The Secret, which is basically just put it out in the universe and make and manifest it coming
Yeah.
true. This is what they're trying to hope to do with the movie, and I don't think it's going to work.
No, well, I mean, James Gunn actually reacted to one fan saying, "Do you realize that there's like a movement out there to try to derail this film?" And he's like, "Listen, I'm not really worried about this guy who has maybe 6 followers who read him. It's not really going to make an impact on our film." But it's sad that there are people out there who feel like it's their mission in life to try to somehow destroy this movie. Like, really, is like get a life.
Yeah, and back in 2013, there were plenty of old school Superman fans that did not like Man of Steel, but I don't remember. I could be wrong, but I don't remember any of them organizing boycotts and trying to review bomb or whatever. Not that review bombing was a big thing in 2013, but the point is that you know they waited till the movie came out before they really complained. Then it got really ugly, so I'm not going to argue with that. But even with Batman v Superman, and I know there were accusations and all these conspiracy theories of how Disney was paying people off and blah blah blah. But again, I don't remember like somebody coming up with like a manifesto, of this is what we're gonna do. We're gonna review bomb it, and we're gonna book tickets, but we're gonna leave them in the cart and never pay for them, and because that's how computers work. Yeah, it's just this isn't you going to a store, loading up stuff in your cart, and leaving it in the back of the store so people can't find it.
Yeah, they get released about, what is it, 20 minutes? Oh, if you're not, careful, it just
Yeah.
goes back into the system.
Yeah.
Mark, your thoughts?
My thoughts.
And look,
Well,
let's
if we're
keep it
talking about
family
the
friendly.
haters, I mean, yeah, it's I just can't imagine how anyone, even the real staunch Snyder fans, don't have any excitement over that. I mean, there might be big Snyder, Zack Snyder fans, but they're also Superman fans for the most part. And I just don't see why a lot of these people, and I'm not saying all these naysayers are Snyder fans, because they're not. They're just people who are fed up with superhero movies, and they're fed up with this and that. And, oh, they don't like James Gunn because of this. So they're just going to, start a campaign against the movie because of that. I just can't see how a lot of these people just don't have any excitement in this new movie. Hey, look, go see it. You don't like it, then you don't like it. But just
Or
let
don't
it
see it
go.
if you're
Let it
that
have
if you're
its,
that yeah.
yeah.
If you
I
don't
mean,
like it
let
or
it
you don't
have
want
its
to,
moment.
that's it.
Exactly. And if you're such a naysayer, don't see the movie. I mean, I see people on YouTube or whatever who are saying all these horrible things before the movie comes out, this and this, and then they have a video of them actually going to see the movie, and I'm like, well, if you're such a hater, why are you going to see the movie? It's just so they can come back and then say nasty things about it,
Yeah,
because they've
it's
already. So it's
ridiculous.
like, you know what? Give it up. Let the movie do. But let all of us who are excited be excited. You don't have to be excited about it. See the movie. Don't see the movie. I don't care. But let everyone who's excited and looking forward to it, let us
Yep.
have that excitement. Let us have that
Live and
hope and
let
go see the
live.
movie and hopefully enjoy ourselves.
Yeah,
You
exactly.
know.
Well, there's been a couple of trailers and TV spots that have been out there for copyright reasons. We can't show them in full, but we'll look at some of them a little bit. Here was a final trailer that came out that was talking about, well, obviously that tickets are on sale. Have a quick look at this one.
Superman. The most powerful being on planet Earth. We finally meet. Now, as planned.
There's just a little bit of that. You can watch it in full on our website. But 2 minutes, 10 seconds was the length of that final trailer. Tickets on sale. And some new footage there. Superman holding up that building just long enough, that collapsing building, so that lady could drive out of the shadow of its rubble about to fall on her. Was probably the most interesting part of that. And then there was other, obviously, comic moments or comedic moments Superman punching that guy in the face where his teeth hit the camera lens. Like, that was interesting. I thought that was quite funny. But I quite enjoyed everything I've seen so far.
After Crypto ripped his helmet off,
Yes.
he punches him in the face. My favorite, and it's the one that I got, like this shows where my head is as a Superman fan. On Father's Day, which was yesterday here in the States.
Mm-hmm. Happy Father's Day to everyone who is a father there.
And they had I saw it on TikTok. I'm sure it was on Instagram as well. But it was a thing really kind of focusing on Jonathan Kent.
Mm-hmm.
And Clark called him Pa. Not Dad. Not Pop. He called him Pa.
Let's
And
have a
I
look.
think
Son, you don't seem quite yourself.
I'm not who I thought I was.
Your choices. That's what makes you who you are. I couldn't be more proud of you.
I love you, Bob.
I love you, Pa.
And I think, if I'm correct, this is the first live action movie where he's called Pa. Because Clark called him Dad in Superman the movie. He called
Yeah.
him Dad in Man of Steel. I'm shocked. I'm legitimately shocked. Like live action, like Lois and Clark, he was Dad, and Smallville, he was Dad.
Mm.
You know, I'm just shocked. I need a minute.
So
well, no,
no, it's great. Mark, tickets are on sale for an exclusive Superman screening at View Cinemas or View Theaters there in the US. Is it US? Is
I think it's the
View
UK.
Right, to UK, yeah. I thought so.
you,
Yeah, so they've got a special screening on July 11th, Superman Hero screening, and they're giving away a All-Star Superman #1 comic book for per booking, not per ticket, per booking. So if you book 5 tickets, you're only just going to get the one Superman comic book. So that was,
really.
That's not fair.
yeah, I know. Here it is.
How much did this movie cost now? 800
Yeah,
million
to give away a
dollars?
comic book, I know.
And they can't get each person a comic
I
book.
mean, it really forces, like, if you have like 10 people that you're going to the theater with, everybody has to book their things separately to get this comic
Yeah.
book.
Yeah, and you might not be able
And
to
would
sit
they
together.
have enough, or are they counting on people like going in groups? I both do and do not want to see like the marketing meetings behind these things, because I'm sure by this point they've lost all will to live. Like they're just sick of Superman at this point.
Yeah.
It's just like,
It's
what are we
just
going to
too
do now?
much.
Well, we came up with a popcorn bucket that's the planet Krypton, and it explodes and it puts popcorn everywhere in the theater for everybody.
Yay!
Hey, yeah, I'll go for that.
Open up your mouth. All these posters and
It's
things for the
green. It's
different
green popcorn.
green popcorn. Special screenings like premium cinema experiences. There's the Real D 3D, which James Gunn says is the way to see the film. He recommends seeing it in 3D if you've got the stomach for it. There's the Dolby, surround sound, obviously, or 5. I don't know what they do these days. Maybe it's even 7. And then there's the 4DX, which is obviously seats that move and grumble and stuff like that. There's Screen X, which is obviously a very large screen. There's IMAX, which is even larger screen. And IMAX, speaking of IMAX, they're doing a fan art program where they're asking fans to submit their Superman fan art to showcase their talent up on the big screen. So you got up till June 30 to submit your fan art, and the artwork will be displayed in Regal IMAX theaters across the US. So that's pretty cool. You just have to go to supermanfanart.imax.com, and there are obviously requirements, but that is a great contest.
So I know that James Gunn says that the way to see this film is the 3D experience, and that's great, James. But some of us are farsighted in one eye, nearsighted in the other. Our glasses are tricking our brains to begin with, and when I put something on top of that, I'm literally 10 minutes into the film and I got a headache. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna stick with the 2D experience and just be lesser for it, I guess.
Yeah, I went for the Dolby because I didn't want to wear glasses, and the theater I go to has a really big screen, and I was able to the last couple of movies I was able to see the movies on that big screen. But I think if they're doing the 3D, that's probably the screen they're going to be doing it. So I did the Dolby, and the rest are just digital. So either way, it's going to be a great experience. It's just, I think they're probably going to be using that big screen for the 3D. And I didn't want 3D either. So
No, fair enough. Now, Michael, you mentioned all the popcorn and cups and things that are out there. There are, bowls that look like dog bowls for popcorn. There's, the cups, different designs on them across different movie theater chains with all the artwork and what have you. So these are all really cool, with Fortress of Solitude crystals. There are plush toys, galore. Alamo Mart has a fan offer with a cap and an exclusive comic book. And then there's a chain and like capped collectible at allomart.com. There's the Cinemark offer with Real D 3D super ticket package and a pin. You can get a collectible pin for that one. AMC have got a heroic collectible sighting with the popcorn thing and the drink cup and a comic book as well. Fandango got that Father's Day hero gift set, 2 Superman movie tickets, you get the hat, and Superman themed Amazon Echo Pop. Regal have got Crypto's popcorn bucket, this Heat Vision popcorn bucket where Superman looks like he's heating up the popcorn. Then Regal have also got these cups and different collectible tins and what have you. There's a plush toy, Crypto plushie, and Superman Shield plush pillow also available at Regal. It is just ridiculous how much stuff there is out there.
So that one popcorn thing that's shaped like the Daily Planet, like the newspaper thing, that thing's going to be such a complete pain in the butt to clean. Like if you can't get your hand in there,
how can you get in?
I know that I'm not supposed to be thinking the practicality of these things.
I know.
But if you don't clean that property and you stick it in your house, you're going to have like a mold problem in like 3 or 4 days. So
was it this one you were talking about? That one there?
Yeah, I mean, like I think of these things because of the things that I've bought in my life that are Superman related that are just impractical on a cleaning level.
Yeah, so there's a lot out there, and it's just crazy. I think it's just like, I don't know if even we've covered it. But even at Regal Theatres, they've got Superman cocktails. There's the Hero's Flight, which is a blue Long Island iced tea. There's Heat Vision, a spicy strawberry margarita. Krypton Cooler, which is melon vodka sour. So obviously you have to be, 21 or over there? Or you have to be 21 and over. They've got food. There's the Crypto Combo that's got the drink and the popcorn and a hot dog. Regal are going all out with the Superman stuff.
That vodka one sounds kind of good.
Yeah, it does sound nice.
I'm serious. I think that would be kind of smooth. I mean, the spicy
yeah.
strawberry one would be fine, and I've never had a Long Island iced tea, but the thing about vodka is that once you put juice in it, you do not taste vodka. So it is.
And they can't smell it on your breath either.
A lesson I learned the hard way at 18.
Yeah. Yeah, no, it's my go-to mixer is a vodka, so very good. So the World Tour, it's about to kick off, guys. Manila is first up, I believe. They have a Manila Fan Event, June 19th, days away, 6 a.m. to noon in Bridgetown Open Grounds. It's in the Philippines, obviously Manila in the Philippines. Superman Look Up Fan Event. The event aims to create the largest human formation of Superman's iconic S symbol ever assembled in the Philippines. And the cast and filmmakers are also going to be on hand. You can register going through the official Luma page, which is the link is up on our website. But the World Tour is kicking off.
JP Rocha in the comments says, "What's on that hot dog?" JP, the more pertinent question here is, what is
Is
in
what's
that
in the
hot
hot
dog?
dog. Yes,
It's like
Uh-huh.
Scrapple. Don't think, just eat.
that's right.
Indeed.
Yes, very cool. So yeah, the world tour kicking off later or in a couple of days' time. There've been a couple of new TV spots. One where Clark Kent talks about, or Superman talks about his greatest strength, saying, "My parents sent me here to serve the people of Earth and to be a good man. That's my greatest strength." I thought that was a really great quote.
Yeah, it's the thing about that I'm loving about the marketing and now that we're in like the home stretch to the movie is it's really focusing on the fact that the only person that doesn't seem to like Superman is Lex Luthor. Like everyone else seems to like my favorite line is they chose him so they can die. And I'm
Yeah,
like, wow, that's a Lex
that's
Luthor line.
dark.
And but it's this thing that, because there was all this thing during the teaser trailer, it's like they're turning against him. I think that's going to be a very small, like,
Mm,
momentary thing in the film. I think this film, more than it's going to be kind of like the other end, like the 180-degree other end of Man of Steel. And that is not to say that Man of Steel is bad, but Man of Steel had a very specific purpose. That was, what if Superman's quinceanera was basically the Earth learning that there are aliens and
mm,
going through that like transformative paradigm shifting thing, and what does that mean for humanity? This movie seems to be going, Superman is here for a reason. It's not, and he is here to do good, but what does that mean in a modern context? Which
mm.
is how you tackle Superman and make him relevant.
No, well said. The Daily Planet Instagram account. There's a new thing. They're just doing like Daily Planet updates via Instagram. It's like a kind of, if you follow along, they're doing not daily, I don't think, but updates pretty regularly. We spoke last week about Perry White having an open letter to the fans, and then there was a Clark Kent article about Superman. And now a new video offers an exclusive peek inside the bustling newsroom of the Daily Planet. There was an image or a photo of the Daily Planet from Jimmy Olsen, which is this one right here. Beautiful lighting of the globe there in the Daily Planet. And there was this video, which I'll show a little bit of Jimmy giving us a tour of the Daily Planet.
I'm Jimmy. This is where I work. Follow me. This is my office at the Daily Planet, aka where the magic happens. We have
Jimmy.
Yeah.
Did you print that bank statement?
I'm gonna get to it. As like head reporter, she's technically on paper above me. I like to think we're equals. She'll sometimes take a tone with me that sounds like she's telling me what to do.
What are you doing?
She it's friendly when she does this. She doesn't mean her tone.
Jimmy, shut up.
Got it. Her tone's more severe than.
So you can watch that full thing online. It was on different social media accounts of the Superman brand. Yeah, it's awesome. I love it. The banter is just so, it seems like they have such a great camaraderie.
It's kind of like a very modern update of the kind of the banter that Jimmy and Lois had in the Donner film.
Mm-hmm.
Where there was obviously something there, but here it's just more antagonistic. It feels more big sister, little brother. And as the youngest of four and have three older sisters, I felt that on a deep and meaningful level. But I just love. It's like, again, if you're going to use Jimmy, right?
Yeah,
If you're going to use these characters, if you're going to have them, use them. And it seems like they've got a good handle on everybody.
yeah, Mark.
Yeah, that's funny. And I like, I like just having. I mean, hopefully I'm sure he'll be used a little better in this film. I mean, because we have to say, I mean, even you go back to Superman Returns, and then Jimmy wasn't as effective. We didn't get as much of him. I would say in the Christopher Reeve movies, we got a good taste of that Jimmy Olsen.
Yeah.
Superman, Batman v Superman. I don't want to discuss it, but and even Superman and Lois, we only got one episode. So it's nice to have this Jimmy, and you can see this kind of relationship that they have, and obviously, in what he's saying is kind of the truth, because she does. I'm sure love him and they're good friends, but she's above him and she's like, "What are you doing? You're working. What are you doing? Just talking to yourself? Get to work." So hopefully he'll be focused a little bit more than some of the other Jimmys in this movie. But if this has any indication, I have a good feeling.
Yeah, it's almost like they could do a whole series like The Office at the Daily Planet, with some of the comedy that obviously comes from their relationships. There's plenty of, we've talked about the merchandising and what have you, plenty of tie-ins with products and different companies. Toyota have jumped on board to promote their new all-electric 2026 Toyota BZ. And it will actually be used in the film, supposedly as Lois's car that she gets around in, according to this.
Wait, you're not Lois Lane.
We're from the Daily Planet, and we're borrowing your car to chase a lead.
Guess these are for you then. By the way, saw Superman flying towards 3rd.
Let's go. We heard Superman was just here. What happened?
Oh, he's on a roll this morning. Already saved a little girl. If you hurry, you can probably catch up.
We're on it.
So there's just a commercial you can watch in full on YouTube and on our website of Toyota's new all-electric BZ. So yeah, it looks like it says it will be, at the end of the commercial, it says as seen in Superman, the upcoming movie. So it'll actually be used in the film. Product placement.
I kind of like the amount of products that are tying into this. There's a whole thing with Progressive Insurance too, that is dealing with it, and it just reminds me of Man of Steel with the Carl's Jr. / Hardee's commercials and things. I think they missed a couple beats there. Especially they had a whole farmers thing going on with their thing that I don't think they tied in well. But here it's like everybody's getting in on this hot Superman action. And wow, is it weird to live in a world to actually say that and it be somewhat serious.
Yeah, really cool. So one of the actresses or cast members that we haven't heard of much for this film is Ma Kent, played by Neva Howell. And she was on a local TV program there in Georgia, where because she's a local small-town Georgian actress, and from Dade County. And she'll be portraying Martha Kent, as we said. And there was an interview with her from that local TV station where she talks about being cast.
Hal used that tape to prepare for her big role.
James Gunn called me over and he said, "I don't want you to have to wait. We want you to be our Ma." And I just kind of fell into him. I was so shocked. I think so much of it depends on the fans, so I'm just praying and hoping that they know that I didn't take it lightly and that I know how.
I love her already.
She's probably just a couple hours from me, and it just drives me insane that I don't know these
She's sitting on a porch waiting for you.
Yeah.
Apparently, you're not familiar with the South. Some stranger rolls up, in the yard. It's not usually treated as "Hey, howdy." So, but having said that, Chattanooga, yeah, she's North Georgia, so that's just like a couple hours from here.
Yeah. So I love her reaction.
Yeah. She seems so genuine, and if that comes through in the movie, and I think it probably will, I'm really gonna like her performance.
Yeah. Now, some of the people who did get to go to visit the set, remember we had a bit of a pitch out there about a year ago trying to get a set visit. Didn't happen. But was the comic creators of the Superman world from DC. Guys like Frank Quitely, Jim Lee, Angelo Exarcios, Kevin Maguire, Carrie Williams, Scott Snyder, Josh Williamson, John Ostrander, Jerry Ordway, just to mention a few, Dan Jurgens, Jason Aaron. They were all out there in May 2024 visiting the set of the Superman film. And, you know, they kind of couldn't say anything, do anything at the time. They kind of dropped a few hints about it. But now, obviously, the embargo on that visit has dropped. And the guys posted some photos online on their social media accounts showing us their set visit. They were at the Fortress of Solitude with James Gunn showing them around. They got to meet David Corenswet and saw him in the battle damage costume as they looked around, and got to kind of sign artwork and stuff like that, see storyboards and what have you. I thought that was really cool, and they all seemed really excited to be able to finally share their time there.
Once again, 10 minutes from my house. And I was out of town when that happened too. Yeah, I'm never going to get over last year. I'm just never going to get over last year. I'm just not. Like I think it's awesome that they all got to visit. Apparently Mike Carlin was invited. He just couldn't make it. It was almost like a secret like agent operation. Like you were told, because I got to talk to two of them about it off the record, because I didn't want anything getting anybody in trouble. But yeah, it was basically like you got the call and you were on a plane shortly thereafter. And it was basically like, if you were able to do it, you could do it. If you weren't, they were going to move to the next person. So
yeah. No, I think it was really cool. So yeah, that was some of the photos that they got to obviously visit the set, and were all very chuffed with what they saw. All right, looking at some of the other competitions, things that are happening here in Australia, Supernova, which is one of our main conventions. The Sydney and Perth conventions are running a cosplay competition to suit up as Superman friends and villains. And I mean, James Gunn and the crew even did a video for it. That's how in sync they are. It's not just a local thing happening. There's a video for it.
Hey, Australia, we've got some super news for all you cosplayers heading to Supernova Sydney.
If you're brave enough to attend dressed in a Superman-inspired costume, you'll have the chance to win tickets to the premiere.
Superman. Not all heroes wear capes. Some carry a notepad and ask the tough questions. Just ask Lois.
Or maybe Lex Luthor. Look sharp in a power suit.
He's back.
So yeah, this is a competition that is running right now. It closes at 5 p.m. Eastern time here on Thursday, 19th of June. So you've only got a couple of days to pre-register, and then you'll be able to turn up at either of those events for the competition and hopefully win tickets to go to the world premiere in LA next month. So that's pretty awesome.
Yeah, no, they're really on top of this.
Yeah.
Like the number of videos they have at the ready are just like amazing.
Yeah. Now, if you're in London and you're going past the HMV store in Oxford Street, you will be able to look up and see Crypto has taken over the HMV front of the store. He's now part of their iconic logo. He's looking into the gramophone. What is that thing? Is it a...
It's the RCA logo.
RCA. Yeah.
Yes. Yeah, but I'm saying the device. What do they call those? That...
that's a gramophone.
Yeah.
No,
phone, phonograph.
Yeah, from the phonograph. It's part of the...
Yeah. So, that's on Oxford Street right now in front of the HMV's outside of their store location there. So, as promised by James Gunn, Crypto has taken over the logo. There you have it. That's as of today. We've seen all the action figures from Spin Master and McFarlane Toys. Well, there's a Chinese company called Fonjoy, who a lot of fans are excited about their Superman movie figure that's coming out. This is a 1/9 scale action figure based on the upcoming film, of course. A lot of fans are really excited by the look of this one, which comes with a crypto companions. There are a couple of figures that come with it. But a lot of fans are actually thinking this one looks better than the McFarlane Toys one. There are some complaints about the head sculpt, but I believe there is a new head sculpt this is like a promo version, but the actual final product will have a better head sculpt than what was on display there.
That is one beefy looking action figure.
It's
going
to be. There's a deluxe edition. There's going to be a deluxe edition, which will be $28, featuring Superman and 2 little crypto figures. And then there's the standard edition, which will be $21 US without the crypto figures. I think the pre-orders will begin at the end of this month, so look out for that on our website. When we have those details, we will let you know about it. All right, time for our fan favorite question before we jump into some other topics going on around about the world of Superman. Here we go. All right, Michael, what was our fan favorite question from last week?
What is your favorite episode of Superman and Lois? And Wonder wrote, thanks for all you do for the Superman community. Superman genuinely means the world to me and is a serious source of comfort and inspiration as my special interest. My favorite episode of Superman and Lois would be the finale of season 2, titled Waiting for Superman. I also adore the 11th episode of season 1, titled A Brief Reminiscence in Between Cataclysmic Events. As Michael says, back to the fray and look up. I'm going to point out that I took those from the movie and the marketing, so that's not me. I am quoting people at that point, but still. Yes.
Thank you very much, Mark.
And the next is Lorenzo Hot Takes Valdez, who wrote, I toyed with the idea of selecting a season 2 episode as my favorite Superman and Lois episodes, as season 2 is my favorite of the 4 seasons overall. But I ultimately landed on submitting the series finale as my favorite episode instead. Perhaps there's some recency bias behind this decision, but I think that A, the series finale opening with a Lana scene, and B, the sheer emotion of that finale in general, even the title, It Went By So Fast, alluding to that plaque in the farmhouse, gets me emotional. Warrants me making this call.
Very good. Thank you very much to Lorenzo. Next up was Ryan Ignatius Pratt, who said, perhaps you accidentally overlooked my submission last week for your favorite episode of Krypton, but I chose the first season finale entitled The Phantom Zone, which I remembered enjoying. Overall, I liked Krypton as a series, especially its depiction of Brainiac, Doomsday, and Lobo. I was greatly disappointed when the series was not renewed for a 3rd season. Yeah, sorry, Ryan, I don't know why we didn't get your submission, so I'm happy to reveal it here. But he goes on saying, as for this week's fan favorite question, I would say that my favorite episode of Superman and Lois would be the season 1 episode, A Brief Reminiscence in Between Cataclysmic Events. I very much enjoyed exploring the background of this incarnation of Lois and Clark and the development of their relationship. I also thought it was interesting to not have Lois infatuated early on with Superman, departing from tradition. Thank you very much to Ryan.
All right. Kenny Crowley Jr. wrote, my favorite episode of Superman and Lois. Wow, so many to choose from. But my top 3 are 1, pilot from season 1, 2, Waiting for Superman in the season 2 finale, and 3, It Went By So Fast, the series finale. Superman and Lois is my favorite Superman TV series of all time. There have been many Superman TV series before, but this captured for me the Superman I both grew up with and did read in the comics very well. And Tyler Hoechlin is the best modern Superman Clark Kent for TV, my favorite after the late, great Christopher Reeve. Thanks, guys, and Superman homepage for all the work that you do for the Superman Super Family fan community. Wow, Kenny. That last one was a mouthful.
Try saying that 3 times fast.
The SSFFC.
Very good.
We'll make
Thank
it
you
a
so
thing.
much to Wonder, Lorenzo, Ryan, Kenny for sending in your fan favorite answers to this week's question. Our final question for this series of What is your favorite episode is, what is your favorite episode of the My Adventures with Superman animated series? Send in your answers to the email address, which is on your screen right now, info@supermanhomepage.com. That's info@supermanhomepage.com. Send in your email responses for that question, and we will read them out when we return to the fan favorite question next week. All right, that was the fan favorite segment. Let's continue on with some of the news that's been happening this week. If we've been talking about Superman on the big screen, well, there's another Superman movie that's coming to the big screen across the USA, and that is the 1978 classic Superman, the movie. Yes, it is gaining a bit of love again. They're going to be putting the film out in theater screens across the US from July 10th through July 17th, so around the same time as the release of the new movie. If you're in Florida, Idaho, Illinois, Michigan, New York, Oregon, Pennsylvania, Texas, or Washington, then you should have a look at our website, because there are different theater chains or theater places, different cinemas that will be showing Superman the movie across those dates. So and if you want to see that film as well as the new film, then that is your chance to do so.
Yep, not coming to Georgia, of course. I got too lucky back in 2023 when the only place that they showed it was in my town. So, I used up all my good luck there.
I haven't had it come near me and ever since since probably it originally came out. It's been about an hour or so away. I guess somewhere in New York or something, but it's never come around here. So
that's a shame.
Unfortunately. Yes.
All right. Speaking of Superman and Lois, they have received a Critics' Choice Award nominations. Two nominations. They were nominated for Best Superhero Series, Limited Series, or Made for TV Movie, competing against other top-tier genre productions. And Tyler Hoechlin received an individual nomination for Best Actor in a Superhero Series, Limited Series, or Made for TV Movie for his portrayal, obviously, as Clark Kent and Superman. So these are the Critics' Choice Super Awards. They celebrate excellence in superhero, science fiction, fantasy, and horror entertainment. And the winners will be announced on criticschoice.com on Thursday, August 7th at 9 a.m. Pacific time. So congratulations to the cast and crew of the show and Tyler Hoechlin himself.
Yep.
Well deserved.
It's almost like the show was good.
Yeah.
Almost.
So this past weekend, the Superman celebration took place in Metropolis, Illinois, where Dean Cain was on hand, as was Michael Ironside and Odette Annabelle, who were the three special guests from film and television that were there this past weekend. And it seems like everyone had a great time. And something new this year was a drone display, which was put on by Skyglow Drones in partnership with the Metropolis Chamber of Commerce. I'm going to have to mute the audio on this because they played some music while this was happening, but it's kind of got me in trouble on YouTube for some of the music that they played. Obviously, they're allowed to. Well, they got the rights, I guess, to broadcast it through the drone show. I don't know, but the video is kind of catching people out online. But here is the drone show visuals, and we'll talk about them, I guess, over the top of it. So it started off with the shirt rip.
Tie?
Yeah, that's the tie, and I'll just kind of forward through it, and then it opens up to show the S. What else was there? Nice. There was Superman flying. That was pretty cool. Then that dissolved into what else did that come up? The Superman flying around, I guess spinning the world backwards. That's what it looks like. Then there was Superman flying through the sky, the crystals of the fortress. Then there was Lex Luthor in his battle suit, the Lex symbol, and pow, bam, those kind of things. Truth, justice, better tomorrow. Then the Superman symbol materialized in the sky and spun around, and then they showed the state of Illinois and Super City, and then also Harrah's Casino and Metropolis, and then their own Skyglow Drones logo. So that's pretty cool.
Huh.
That's what they put up there. I think that would have been awesome to see all that.
Yeah. I was got to admit, I was. This is one of the years where I really wish I could have gone. Mainly because it just seemed like it was a lot of fun. It seems to have gotten a lot bigger. Now, that could be just that there's more people talking about it, and so it has that bigger feeling to it. But I just, I was really jealous. I'm going to admit, I was kryptonite green with envy.
Yeah, I mean, I've been there a number of times, but it's been 7 years since I've been back. And I do miss all the people, and there was a very nice tribute to Kenny Richardson, who is one of our friends there, who passed away sadly this past year, and they did a nice tribute to him. There was also a tribute and an unveiling of a plaque for Jim Hambrick, the owner of the Super Museum, who passed away this past year as well. His daughter has carried on in his footsteps, filling big shoes, but they do great things over there. And it was a shame that Dean Cain's been there before. They didn't have for a big year for Superman. I was kind of disappointed with the celebrities that they did bring in, but I guess they can only get what they can get. But it's small little town, but they do big things there.
Yeah, it's one of those things where, unfortunately, it's not easy to get there.
No.
There is the Paducah Airport, but still, I'm sure
I don't even know if that's open anymore.
It's not like going to Comic-Con where you have San Diego or New York, or even here in Atlanta where we have a giant airport where it's accessible. It's great. I'm not insulting Metropolis at all. Please do not take that, because then if I ever go, they'll kick me out of town and I'll be excommunicated from the Superman order. But it's just hard to get to. So getting celebrities to want to go there is probably, like, the people that they get, it's amazing that they get them because it's so hard.
Yeah, exactly. So there you have it. That was Metropolis, Illinois for the Superman celebration. Just quickly, you can pre-order now the McFarlane Toys Superman versus Godzilla action figure 2-pack. This is a very interesting collection. You get a bigger Superman and a smaller Superman in the packaging for one, so that I guess Godzilla can proportionately hold him. That's available now to pre-order. You can do so through the links at our website, which costs you nothing extra, but gets us a bit of a kickback, which is a great way to support the Superman homepage. All right, guys, that pretty much brings us to the end of tonight's episode. I want to thank everyone who joined us tonight for this past hour here on Superman Homepage Live. We really appreciate your company. Thank you so much for your input. Thank you to my two co-hosts, Michael Bailey. Thank you, Mike.
Hey, always a pleasure.
And Mark Lax. Thank you, Mark.
Thank you, gentlemen.
And also thank you to our sponsors and patrons, Douglas Meacham, John Patrick Van Pelt, Rick Schutzow, Jamie Klingon-Smith, and Tina Murray. We appreciate your support. Don't forget, the three of us will be back next week on Monday, June 23rd, for another edition of Superman Homepage Live at 7:30 p.m. Pacific Time. We hope you'll join us then. Until then, be sure to check out supermanhomepage.com for all your daily news updates on everything surrounding the Man of Steel. I'm Steve Eunice on behalf of myself and Michael Bailey, Mark Lax. Thanks for joining me here and us here on Superman Homepage Live, brought to you by supermanhomepage.com. Good night.